Let's summarize April on eBay and check if poor man's method of eBay reset still performs as it should. I'm very sorry for being late with this video, but I've been home and I didn't have time to sit down and make it happen. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Polish Pete, eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies clothing in bulk and I sell them individually on eBay for profit. I'm also an unpaid carer of an elderly and disabled person who lives abroad, and this is what takes the bulk of my time. Today I would like to talk about poor man's method of eBay reset once again. It's time to summarize April. Well, it's not time. The time was last month. But like I've said in the intro, I'm very sorry for being late with this one, but I really didn't have time to make it happen while being in UK. So let's see if the poor man's method is still working. So let's start with some April goals. What did I wanted to achieve? My main problem were empty impressions. I mean, I was getting a large number of impressions, but they were not converting into sales. For years, very seldom, I've been able to push my click-through ratio higher than 0.2%. Lately, I went into 0.3%, well, some time ago, and I'm touching that 0.4%. So after a good day of sales, I'm jumping over that 0.3 into 0.4, but then when I've got a slower day, I'm back into 0.3. So it's safe to say that I have firmly established myself into that 0.3% point at the moment, which is very good. I would like to push it a bit higher if it's possible, but we'll see. This could have been achieved two ways, guys. Either by making my items more attractive, so people click into them more, or by reducing the number of empty impressions. Hence, having less impressions, so but the same number of views, if that makes sense. Or obviously we can have a combination of both. I was also trying to improve my sell-through ratio, and I had some success with this as well, because basically I strongly believe that improving those two numbers will send a positive message to algorithm, and that will result with better traffic being sent into my account, which in exchange should result with number of sales going up. Basically, I'm trying to send a signal saying, hey, I'm trying not to waste the traffic that you send me. I'm trying to save your resources. If you want to give me impressions, give me good ones, because I'm converting, and you can take those empty ones and give it to somebody else, yeah, that is not performing as well as I do. So let's see the numbers for April, as there were some interesting numbers that have happened, or things that have happened and provided me with those numbers. And I will show you the raw numbers first, and then I will try to explain what have I done and what has happened, and at the end I will tell you what are my plans of going forward into May and beyond, because it's almost the end of May, so I'll tell you what I'm trying to do beyond. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump to my laptop and have a look at those numbers. So guys, we are in the traffic tab, and as you can see, the time period is 1st of April to 30th of April, and we are comparing ourselves to previous 30 days, so 2nd of March to 31st of March. As you can see, a big massive drop on impressions. In fact, a big massive drop in everything except those rest of search impressions where we are basically even. As you can see, big drop in impressions, smaller drop in views, but a massive boost in sales. So this number, 216 sales done in April, is the biggest number in at least 13 months. I didn't check further down the road, so at least I say at least 13 months. These numbers, very good. This one was like that last week, but I think I'm going higher into 0.3 that I was, sorry, last month, not last week, but this one is going high up as well. Very strong 1.5% click-through, sell-through ratio. As you can see, we've lost impressions, but we mostly have lost promoted. We've lost 30% of promoted, but only 6% of organic. Yeah, you can't control it really very much, which impressions you are losing if you want to shake them off. So sometimes it will happen that those organic will go down as well, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. We have to have the most important goal in our head. 13% of top search impressions, top 20 search impressions, 13% down. This is not what I want to see. This is not what I want to see. This is a very bad number. Yeah. And 25 down on non-search impressions. This is okay. This is all right. This is where we are trying to shake them off. As you can see, impressions for last month well below that line from the previous month. And it was, as you can see here, that promoted bar is quite high, and it's going down and down and down and down. And at the end of the month, that promoted bar is about half of what it was, or maybe 3/4 of what it was at the beginning of the month. Page views, they are going down, but not as much. And as you can see, from that super high bar of promoted listings, we only have a tiny little bit of promoted impressions. So that is why I'm trying to shake them off, really. Sorry, from the impressions, we are having only few views. Yeah, so we had 114,000 promoted impressions, and we only had 54 views out of that, while having 71,000 organic impressions and 613 views out of that. So yeah, that's the difference between organic and promoted impression, isn't it? But we all know it. But it is sold good every month, every day of the month. There was something. Yeah, we had 3 slow days here with 2 sales a day, but overall it wasn't bad. Now let's look at sales. So we are in performance sales, and we are again 1st of April to 30th of April, and we are comparing ourselves to the same month last year. So not month on month, we are comparing now year on year. So as you can see, 36% up in total sales. So this is great. This is absolutely smashing. Same on quantity sold, 44% up, which is smashing. This number is bad. Average sell price, it went down 5%. So we have to address that. And like I said, well, I didn't say that yet, but I will say that when I will be talking more about the numbers. Yeah, sales from auctions have suffered a lot. And we had 15 repeat buyers, guys. 15 repeat buyers. You can't go wrong with followers, guys. You can't go wrong with followers. 15 repeat buyers. I think it's the highest number since I've started to pay attention to it. So since I started to use this method, so October 23. So the highest number of repeat buyers from October 23. And yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. So as you were able to see, I got rid of about 20% of impressions, maintaining the same number of sales. In fact, number of sales went up 20% month on month, and sales overall were way much better than in the April last year. So this is what I want to see. This is what is good. This is what makes me feel good. My plan for months and months and months back, since I started this method, was gain impressions, shake off the empty ones, gain impressions, shake off the empty ones, gain impressions, shake off the empty ones. And by doing so, kind of I was hoping that after every cycle I get more and more and more good impressions and less and less and less empty ones. And so my click-through ratio and sell-through ratio will go up thanks to this. And thanks to those two numbers going up, I will be able to sell more. So I can safely say that it has worked to some extent, and I'm fairly satisfied with the results. So how have I done it? There was a number of factors. Some of those factors were deliberately done by me. Some were done by eBay, and some I can't explain really in full. So let's hear them. First of all, for some time now, I'm trying to reduce the number of promoted listings impressions. I do it slowly because I strongly believe that eBay is a slow turning ship and you can't do sudden jumps, you can't do sudden changes. So at this point, at this moment, at any given time, I promote something between a quarter to a half of my items. These are promoted, the rest isn't. So there are times in the month, in the day, in the week when I'm not promoting about 3/4 of my items. Depending on the day, depending on poor man's method cycle. And we all know that promoted listings are the major source of empty impressions. I mean, when you will take 1,000 promoted listings impressions, 1,000 organic impressions, and you compare the number of sales that you get out of them, there is really nothing to compare. It's a night and day. So the number of items sold via promoted listings on my account is now about a half of what it was. So let's say it was 10 a week, now it's 5 a week. Yeah, and to me only, by looking at my numbers, this is the ultimate proof for me that pay to play is a false theory. Feel free to disagree, but you will have to point me where I go wrong when I'm looking at my numbers. Because I've lowered the numbers of sales made via promoted listings, yet my sales overall went up. So if that was pay to play, my sales would go down. They went up. Next factor is the fact that I haven't listed anything for quite a long time, like 2 months at least. Obviously, that has created a situation where all my most attractive items have been sold already. And I'm left with those mediocre items and those dudes that are less attractive. That must have had an impact on my number of impressions. Just must have had. Because, the less attractive items you have, the less often people are looking for them, the less often people are searching for them, and stuff like that. Yeah. That is why I am super happy to see those dudes still selling, those less attractive items still selling, those items that I have in my shop for 3, 6, 9, 12, or even more months, 15, 18, 21, 24, and longer. Yeah. When those items sell, I am literally improving the quality, the overall quality of my shop, because I'm getting rid of sticky stock. Yeah. So that is why when I'm getting an offer on an item that was sitting there for half a year, and the offer is okay, but it's not brilliant, it's below of what I would like to take, I will still take it. I'll still take my chance to get rid of that sticky item. Yeah, because I can always phone my supplier and say, look, I want a quarter of a ton of stock, and he will prepare it for me, and I'll go and pick it up and bring it home, and this stock will be at least the same quality as this dude or better. So for me, getting rid of sticky items, even if I don't get as much money as I would like to, is a good idea, because like I've said, I can easily replace that item with something else. Another factor is eBay search. Now, before you start to bash me in comments, I'm not trying to claim that eBay search is good, or it's brilliant, or it's okay. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is it's improving. It has improved to, say, half decent level, or maybe below half decent level. At least the searches that I do, at least the searches that I check in UK in cheap clothing category. So what does it mean? It means that my item appears less and less and less in those irrelevant searches. So somebody is looking for blue jeans, and my blue chino trousers are not popping up in that search, because they are looking for jeans, and my chinos are irrelevant. So back some time back, 6 months, 4 months, 3 months time back, they were still popping up. And there was a time when quite a lot of those irrelevant items were popping up. And that has improved, in my opinion. So I'm getting less and less those empty impressions in irrelevant searches. Because when somebody is looking for jeans and your chinos are popping up, that is an empty impression, because this person will not click it, because they are looking for jeans. They've put blue jeans in that search box, not chinos. So, like I've said, it's not ideal, but I think eBay is moving in good direction. Next thing, I have also stopped running my Google ads at the end of March, I believe. They have given me what I wanted, and now there was a time to save money and kind of ride the wave. When I will go down again, I will try to restart them. I may actually restart them now in June. Also, for entire April, on my auctions, I was running winter stock, as I didn't have anything else to run. And that has dramatically reduced the numbers of auction impressions and auction sales and auction views. with literally most of those items having 0 views for a whole 7 days of running the auction. So if they have zero views, they probably have a very low number of impressions. However, sales from auctions have dropped, but overall all sales went up, so I can't complain really. Obviously, I have carried doing so in May, and only in June I will be able to run some fresh items on my auctions as I have started to list. And that should hopefully give me some extra sales from auctions, but I'll talk about that in next updates of this poor man's method. So what have I changed in poor man's method of eBay reset? First, for some time, every Monday, I was dropping the price by a penny on all the items that had watchers on them. I've stopped that. I couldn't see any positive result of doing so. And in my opinion, there was no point to carry on doing that. Second, I have slightly changed the pattern of putting my items live. So before I was putting 150 on Monday, 200 on Wednesday, and then I swapped Monday to Sunday. So I was putting 150 on Sunday, 200 on Wednesday. And I have seen good results of that swap from Monday to Sunday. So there were like, but all those items that I was putting on, they were 100% and then sell similar because I was not listing anything new. Now, what I'm trying to do is 150 on Sunday, 155 on Wednesday, and 100 on Friday. By doing that Friday, I'm trying to give my customers a batch of fresh items straight out of the oven for the weekend, just before the weekend, on Friday when they get paid. Yeah, just after they have been paid and they have still money to spend. So I think this will help. At least I was seeing good results of that in the beginning of May. Going forward, I'm thinking about reducing the number of items on Sundays and Wednesdays to let's say to 100 each on each day, and then putting all that extra items on Friday. So giving them really hard hit, big boost on Fridays when they are get paid. I think this will improve as well, my sales as well. Right. So when I was home in UK, I was also running kind of a test to check the different dispatch patterns and the different dispatch days and stuff like that. If those patterns will give me some better sales, I will make a separate video about that, providing that I will find time to do it. It was a bag of mixed results, but I will talk about them in the separate video. Now I've got almost 2,000 items that I need to list, and literally I have just started to do it. So this is the priority number one for now, and surely that should give me a boost in sales, putting all those new items up. At the moment, eBay is not being funny again. Something is going on, but I have a problem to establish what it is. I'm getting errors several times a day. On almost every day, I've got nothing for a whole day. Then I've got an hour in the evening when the sales are coming, and there is nothing again until the next evening. I'm not panicking yet, but maybe I should. Yeah. So does the method work? Yes, at least so far, and up until the end of April, it worked. The largest number of sales in a month since at least 13 months. I didn't check any further back, but I probably could, and it would be more than 13 months. There must be reason for that, and I give that full credit to the method. Improvements are being slow, very slow. So you have to take that into consideration, that it's not a magic wand. It won't give you big, super great results and sales after a week of using it. It's like slowly gaining trust of the algorithm and slowly gaining that better traffic, not necessarily more traffic as you were able to see, but obviously there is a case of quantity and quality of impressions, and I know that the quantity can be quality of itself, but I'm trying to eliminate those empty impressions, so I've got better quality traffic, and this is what I'm trying to do, and I may be wrong, I may be right, I don't know. This is what I committed to, and this is what my plan is. And I hope it will work, but first eBay has to sort out what is going on at the moment, because that is strange. That is absolutely strange. Yeah, and that would be it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section and I will try to answer. We are getting towards the end of May, so I will be making a May update of Poor Man's Method, and hopefully now it will be a bit on time, not like this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button. If you wish to support the channel further, consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and bye bye.